Hello, welcome back to Lady Love Said Reads. My name is Jessica. Welcome to the FOMO Diaries, episode 1. The FOMO Diaries are my attempt to try new things in my life. FOMO, if you're not familiar, stands for fear of missing out. For reading, what I'm going to focus on is book club books, because book club books are about the closest thing to a TBR that I have. Because if I don't take time to mood read, I will get into a bad reading slump. So this week, I try to, like the first week of the month, I try to focus on getting through all my required reading or the book club books so that I can just mood read the rest of the month. So it is the first week of June, technically. We're still in May. It's May 29th. And I'm just going to focus on getting through book club books since technically June 1st starts on Thursday. I also find that I tend to get into a bit of a rut sometimes, and you might relate to this too, where I have my things that I like to do, I stick with them, and I don't always try new things. So I decided that the week that I do my book club reading, which is fear of missing out because I don't want to miss out on the book club fun, FOMO. The week that I do that, the first week of every month, I am also going to try one new thing with each book that I read. And typically I read 3 to 4 books a week. And it doesn't have to be anything like huge. It could be like trying a new recipe or going to a new shop that I've never been to in town or going for a walk in a park that I haven't been to. So that is the plan. For every book I read this week, I will try something new and vlog it, and you'll get to come along. And we're going to make this a series the first week of every month. And we're just going to call it FOMO Diaries. So I hope that you enjoy. Let's talk about what I'm reading. So I am going to set aside my big book. If you're not familiar with how I read, I usually read a big book that is 500 or more pages. And then every other day I read a book that's shorter than that. And it's because I have a fear of big books, and if I don't have a plan for tackling them, I just won't read them, and then I'm missing out on a lot of great reads, right? So maybe I won't set aside my big book, because that's FOMO too, isn't it? Missing out on great reads because I'm afraid of reading big books. Okay, so I won't set aside the big book. The big book I'm reading is Kill Switch by Penelope Douglas. This is a dark romance. I'm reading it on Kindle Unlimited on, obviously, my Kindle. And it is book 3 in the Devil's Night series. This book is about Damon and Winter. It's their love story. And Damon is definitely the most problematic character in this series. And so this has been a really, really interesting read so far. I'm on about page 200 and really, really, really into this story. It's the most engaging story in the series because of the way Penelope Douglas is really developing the characters with such depth and complexity. Like, I am wowed by her character work in this book. I talk more about it in my previous vlog, so I'll link you to it up here. But if you want to get like caught up on my thoughts on that so far. So that's what the big book I'm reading. And then the smaller book, I'm finishing up Last to Die by Tess Gerritsen. This is book, I want to say book 10 in the Rizzoli and Isles series. And Tess Gerritsen is one of my favorite writers of all time. The Rizzoli and Isles series is my favorite mystery thriller police procedural series of all time. I reread it. Anytime a new book comes out, I reread the whole series and, read on up to the next book. With this being a book later in the series, this is my first reread of it. So this is about these kids who are in the foster care system, whether they're living with aunts and uncles or foster family, because their birth family or their original family is murdered. And then they go and they stay with this next family, and then that family is murdered. And so the kids get taken to this special school that's remote where they'll be protected. And Now Maura and Jane have to figure out like who's going after these kids, why, how are these families all connected. And I'm pretty close to being done with this. I think I've only got 100 pages left. And then on audiobook, I'm reading Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney. This is literary fiction. It's in the genre of like sad girl lit fic or women versus the void. And it's about a writer named Alice. And it's basically just a slice of life story, but it tackles a lot of interesting questions. And Sally Rooney's socialist political bent really shines through in this because there's a lot of talk of like socialism and politics and economics and things like that. And so far, I'm loving it. And I'm about 25% of the way through on that. So, after I finish this book, I will be picking up a book club read. That's the plan. Yeah, it is Monday, May 29th. I have the day off because it's Memorial Day. My tradition is to plant my garden on Memorial Day as like a way to have like a victory garden and, I don't know, honoring the dead by bringing in new life kind of symbolism. My back is killing me today. It's killing me. It's hurting like all the way down my legs. I don't even know. I didn't injure it. I didn't do anything in particular to hurt my back. It just hurts because I'm middle-aged. So we'll see how much gardening I can actually manage to get to today. But that's the plan for the day. I'm picking up a Walmart order. Don't come at me for shopping at Walmart. My options are limited in rural Iowa. Anyway, I forgot to mention in my check-in this morning that I am committing to reading 100 pages a day, if not more. I had been in a swing of reading 100 pages a day like 6 months ago, and then life got crazy and fell out of it. So now I'm getting back into my 100 pages a day habit. Okay, I gotta go. They're bringing groceries. Also, if you do like a pickup, like a Walmart pickup or whatever, do you park at the same spot every time? I always park at number 24, like every single time. So I know that I said my Memorial Day tradition is to plant my garden, but my back was just hurting too bad today. Didn't do any gardening. I just watered the plants that I have to plant in my garden so they don't die. Yeah, but my back was hurting quite badly. I went and I cleaned stalls at the barn and listened to more Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney. That book is a lot smuttier than I realized it was going to be. It's got a lot of sex scenes in it. I love my plant corner back there. It makes me so happy. You see all those beautiful babies? They're all real plants too. Thriving in their corner. Anyway, yeah, I read more of that. It's definitely got a lot of sex scenes in it. And I had to be so careful when I was listening to it doing barn chores. Like if anybody walked in during one of those scenes, I was like, click, off, sound off. But I'm enjoying that book a lot. I think my favorite part of the book is actually the letters between Eileen and Alice. That's like my favorite part of it. I'm living for that part in the book. The rest of it's pretty average, but the letters are top tier. Top tier. So after barn chores, I came home and made dinner because I realized I haven't been eating the best lately. I've just been eating like potatoes and green beans, which is not a well-rounded diet. So I made pork chops and fettuccine alfredo and a Caesar salad. So I had some dinner. And I've just been grading papers since then and working on YouTube. Still trying to get this YouTube issue figured out with my stuff not wanting to upload. But I think I've got it sorted somewhat, at least for now, some sort of workaround for it. But yeah, kind of a wash of a day, honestly. I didn't get done nearly as much as I was hoping to get done. And it's 9:30 p.m. right now. I'm going to finish grading for the night and then we'll read.
Hello. I just filmed my April wrap up. I'll cleaning up the papers.
And the depravity. Okay, I don't know why my skin is whiter than I wanted it to be in high school.
Hello, cuties. So I'm like in the middle of having a cry. I think I have like 4 favorites because this month was just a really good reading month. It was bad for the mental health, great for the reading. That's usually.
It's midnight 12:15 a.m. I am going to shower and read and then sleep. And tomorrow I've got like this pinning ceremony thing I have to go to in the morning. So it's going to be a rough start getting up after being up late, but 'tis the life. I got like a certification through the Association of College and University Educators. So I got certified in effective college instruction. And so our pinning ceremony for that is tomorrow. And yeah, they saw my teaching and said, she's certifiable. All right, it's late. I'm tired. I'm going to read. Good night. This is as good as I have the energy to look today for the pinning ceremony. If God wants me to look like a beauty queen every day, he needs to stop giving me so much shit to do. I decided I'm going to start sharing my daily to-do list with you. Post pinning ceremony, I have written down my to-do list for today, which is Tuesday, May 30th. So here we go. I need to get my bullet journal ready for June. I need to, at work, get through my work email. I have a backlog of email from the holiday weekend. I need to do some conference prep for a couple of conference proposals that me and a colleague are working on. Teaching stuff. I'm just going to say teaching stuff and leave it at that. I need to clean my 7 stalls that I get paid to clean. I want to do some grooming for Lady and Doll. I want to plant the hot peppers that I got in buckets. I have more than hot peppers to plant. I have flowers, herbs, and hot peppers I need to plant. But tonight we're just going to plant the hot peppers and just slowly make some progress on the garden, the bucket garden at least. I want to water the plants for the bucket garden. I need to change out the kitty litter, take out the trash, check the mail, organize some paperwork for my dad's estate, load and run the dishwasher, post my March wrap up here on the BookTube, prepare for my June TBR video, give all of my animals food, water, and medication. I need to print off some stuff for tax purposes. I need to prepare for some mail that's going to go out tomorrow when I take a trip to UPS. I want to declutter and clean my bathroom counter for my full bathroom. When I do my May photo dump for Instagram, check in on Discord, repot a couple of Venus flytraps, and pay bills. Pray for me. I'm reading Last to Die, and Pippi's up here with me, taking her post-dinner bath. Oh, she's so cute. Anyway, I just came across the best line, my favorite quote from the book, I think. So it's on page 368, and it says, "If I use the word bitch, don't take offense. It's what they call women like us. Because we don't compromise. We don't go halfway. We kick that ball all the way to the end zone." She gave a slight bow. "There's honor among bitches." I love that so much. There is honor among bitches. Hell yes.
friends. It is Wednesday. I just finished planning out my day. Let's just recap yesterday. So yesterday, if we look at the old to-doodly list, I did work on my bullet journal. Didn't get it quite set up for June, so I'm going to finish that today. I got through my teaching stuff, my work email. All my work stuff was done for my full-time job. I cleaned stalls at the barn. I groomed my horses. I watered my bucket garden. I loaded and ran the dishwasher. I posted my March wrap-up for BookTube. Fed and watered all my pets, took the dogs out, all that jazz. Printed some paperwork for tax issues. I scrubbed my bathroom downstairs, so I did clean that. I did my May photo dump on Instagram, checked in on Discord, and prepped for my June TBR. So it was a fairly productive day. I was having back pain though, so I didn't get to some of the other stuff I really wanted to get to. So like I didn't plant my hot peppers in the bucket garden. I didn't change the kitty litter, take out the trash. Those were the main things because my back is just hurting. I did to it. It just flares up from time to time. I get low back pain. And today is my day off from the barn. So I'm going to give my back a rest day today. I got up and I thought it was feeling a lot better because I wasn't having any pain when I was in bed this morning. But then when I started moving around, I was like, oh, yep, weird, ouch. Yep, still hurting. So I'd like to give it an actual rest day today and mainly just do things that are kind of sedentary so it can heal up. So my plan for today, if we look at the little to-do list, I'm liking sharing my to-do list with you because it sort of holds me accountable. But I need to do my grades, my marking for my students. I have a lot of stuff to do for my students today. Like it's probably going to take 10 to 12 hours to get through everything I need to do for my students today. So that in itself will keep me rather sedentary. In terms of reading, I finished last night Last to Die by Tess Gerritsen. I'm giving it 3 stars. This was such a fun read. I had a great time reading it. And I didn't remember really what happened in this book, so the twist at the end really took me by surprise. Definitely caught me by surprise. And it's 3 stars, and I think sometimes people assume that if I write something 3 stars, that means I didn't like it, and I wouldn't recommend it. And actually, I still do recommend some of my 3-star reads. 3-star reads for me are often just reads that are sheer entertainment, that maybe don't grab me by the heart the way other books do, but are still like a fun time, you know? So this was a fun time. I'll reread it. It's still, you know, she's still like my favorite mystery thriller author. So please don't interpret my 3 stars as like a negative thing, because it's not. Now, this is the FOMO Diaries. So I had mentioned that for every book I finish, I'm going to try something new. Now, one of the things that I've been wanting to try is sushi. I have never had sushi ever. And it's in part because I have a shellfish allergy. So finding a place that makes sushi that is safe for someone who has a pretty intense shellfish allergy is nearly impossible, because everywhere uses like crab and shrimp and all of that, and the cross-contamination is real. So what I'm going to do is make my own sushi. So I bought at the grocery store on Monday when I picked up my grocery order. I bought some smoked salmon, some cucumbers, nori. I've got sesame oil and rice vinegar already here at home, and spices and things like that, soy sauce, yada, yada, yada. So I'm going to just watch some videos on how to make sushi. Chloe Bunny, who's here on BookTube, she actually did a sushi video. It's called something different because she's Korean and not Japanese. So she did one with her mom where they made sushi together. I might watch that, get some pointers from them. And I think tonight I'm going to try to make sushi. and just give it a try. So I will take you along that journey with me. That is the new thing I'm trying to correlate with this book. It has nothing to do with this book. It's completely unrelated to this book. There's nothing about sushi or Japanese culture in this story, but it's just something that I have FOMO over. I really want to try sushi, and if I can't have it at a restaurant, I might as well make it myself. All right, it's about 6 p.m. and I'm making pretty good progress at work. I have gotten through a big chunk of grading, got one more current thing to grade, and then the back late assignments to finish. Then I have to prep my courses for next term and submit my vacation time. And I will have the rest of the week off at that point. So about 3 more things to do at work before I can call it a night at work. But I'm getting hungry. So I'm going to go ahead and take a break and make some sushi. And then I realized I didn't share with you what book I'm picking up next. The next book that I'm picking up is Catharine House by Elizabeth Thomas. This is the Full Moon Book Club's pick for May. And the live show is on Friday. So if I can get through this by Friday, then I won't have FOMO over the live show. Let's read the first line together. I ran a hand over my stomach. Not a great start, but we'll see. This is dark academia. That's all I know about it. So I'm going to get the rice going. While the rice cooks, I will read this. And yeah, let's get our sushi on. I'm excited! Okay, so they're kind of falling apart, but this is what I pulled off. They don't look too terrible. And I have some soy sauce for dipping. I don't have chopsticks, so I'm going to use a spoon, especially since they're kind of falling apart. So let's see, which one do I want to try first? Oh my. So I will try this one first. So I'm going to put a little soy sauce-a-roo on it and give it a try. Cheers. I'm scared, you guys. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. I mean, I feel like I'm probably missing some ingredients, honestly. But I liked it. Good. A+ for the homemade sushi. Anyway, so I'm gonna finish my dinner now. Also, I should note that the roll that I made is called a Seattle roll. And it has smoked salmon, cucumber, avocado, rice, and nori. It's good. The smoked salmon and the avocado, that's really hitting for me. That tastes really good. Check these out. This one came out so much better than the first roll. And it's because I remembered the tip that Chloe Bunny's mom talked about. When you go to cut your sushi roll, you want to run your knife under water before each cut so that your knife stays wet. That did the trick. These aren't falling apart and they look beautiful. Also, I did change my shirt because it's 95 degrees outside and the long sleeves just were not working for me. So I know people always ask about like little things like that. I feel like it's because people want to catch you in a lie or something. So I always feel like I have to like justify or explain these little things, the little changes, little tidbits throughout a vlog. But yeah, it's hot out, so I changed. Hello, love bugs. It is Friday and I'm just checking in. And yesterday I finished Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney. I gave it 5 stars. I thought it was so good. And you know, at the beginning I wasn't super into the relationships that were happening, but as it progressed, I was like there for it because they felt so real, and like she did such a good, you know, study into who these people are and what makes them tick and what their triggers are and what they need in relationships, far beyond just like the what's your love language surface level stuff, but like addressing their insecurities and what they desire, and just was so good. And the letters between Eileen and Alice were so good, so thoughtful, so complex, so philosophical. I just loved it. I loved it. So I gave that 5 stars. I recommend it if you like literary fiction. I guess literary affection too, because they do show some affection, but literary fiction, particularly around relationships and womanhood and, you know, things like that. Women versus the void, the genre that I love, the subgenre of lit fic that I really love. Now, the new thing that I decided to try out since I had finished a book for the FOMO Diaries is getting my nails done. I had never gotten my nails professionally done before at a nail salon, so I went today and I got them done, and they look so cute. Look at them, look at these claws. It's amazing what nails do for your mindset, at least for me. Like, I have a whole new mindset when I look down and I'm like, oh yeah, these are on point. You know? Does anybody else feel that way? Like, it just shifts the way I feel in my body to have my nails done. Usually I do them myself with just little press-ons, but they pop off like 2 days later. So it's like, you know, so my first time getting them professionally done, I got acrylics. It's this like olive green color and then has like a vine on the accent nail, and the nail tech was so sweet and her hands were so soft, and she like told them that I had arthritis or whatever in my hands. So she was so gentle and like, it was such a good experience. I loved it. I'm obsessed. I'm officially a nail salon girl. I'm so happy that I gave it a try. I was really afraid it was going to hurt my hands too much because of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, the joints in my hands being really susceptible to looseness and pain, etc. But like, they were so good. They were so good. They were so good and so gentle. And the nails look so great. I'm really excited. I have been reading Catharine House because if I can finish this by tomorrow, I'll be able to attend the live show and not miss out on anything. No, not tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Sunday. I have a whole nother day to work on reading this. That is good news. I attended Jan's first of the month sprints yesterday and got quite a bit done. I'm on page 92. And Catharine House is about this like alternative university where you give up pretty much all of your personal life, and you go stay at Catharine House for 3 years, and you have no contact with the outside world while you're at Catharine House. And Catharine House is known for working on discoveries around this particular substance called plasm, which is supposed to be some sort of material, some sort of substance. And people who major in this area, it's called the new materials concentration. And this is supposedly the only place in the world that deals with this particular substance. So much, in fact, that most of the world doesn't believe it's even real. So that is an interesting layer. Now, there's a lot of cult vibes in this. Like, it very much feels like Catharine House is a cult, because when people graduate, no one ever talks about their experience at Catharine House. No one ever says, hey, we did XYZ at Catharine House, or this is what it's like to go to school at Catharine House. Nobody ever talks about it. So there's a lot of mystery surrounding like what actually goes on at this school. And our main character, Ines, is suffering from depression. And Thomas's descriptions and depiction of depression is so good. Like, it's so spot on, just like the way that Ines doesn't really take care of herself, and she has no interest in anything. She doesn't have energy to put any effort into anything. And she's really apathetic about what happens to her. And she really nails that experience of depression when you're just kind of numbed out, checked out, no motivation, you know? And that is a really good depiction. Her roommate, Baby, is just the sweetest, precious, most little angel out there. And I love Baby. I feel very protective of Baby, as I think Ines feels protective of Baby too, because Baby is just, she's kind of innocent, at least from what I can tell of her, and she really wants to get into the new materials concentration, which is really hard to get into. So she's studying all the time and is really hard on herself, and she's up all night doing homework, and she feels like there's nothing else out there for her other than to study plasm and be part of the new materials concentration. And their relationship is really fun to watch. I don't know that it's healthy. and you know, I don't know that they're all that good for each other, but they clearly have a connection. And it's really fun to watch them connect and interact, and Inez is kind of protective of her. I'm wondering too if there's a little bit of autism coding for Baby, because there was a passage in here. Okay, it says page 90. It says, that was the night I realized I didn't know Baby at all. I didn't know her then and would never know her, not ever. Her brain was mapped in some corrupt, fantastic pattern, and she would make choices I could never understand. And Baby is very like laser focused. Like, she's got a hyper focused special interest. She does some weird things to soothe herself. Like, I don't know for sure that this is autism coding, but I'm just noticing maybe some overlap in the autistic experience looking at Baby's character. Overall, I'm obsessed with this read. I'm obsessed with it. Wow, what a good reading week. Wow, 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 wow. Excellent, excellent start to June with a 5-star. And I have a feeling this is also going to be a 5-star because I'm loving every word on the page.
I like the nails too. See if she does it again. Hello.
Summer is officially here, so you know I'm bringing back my beer stein of coffee. It is Saturday, and I haven't been checking in as frequently as I did at the start of this vlog, so I did want to go through today's to-do list with you. I got my first tomatoes of this season. Look, my little cherry tomatoes. They are gorgeous. So I am making progress in the bucket garden. That's pretty much all I've been doing the past few days since I've got, you know, time off work here for a nice little 4-day weekend. So I've been working on my house. I have been getting my nails done. I have been reading, working on the bucket garden, working on the cottage garden, and I will show you some updates of those today. I still have more to do with them, but I've had to kind of take it slow because, you know, my back is still hurting. It's getting better though. It is getting better, but it is still sore. And like, I tend to overdo it when it feels better. So like yesterday it was feeling a lot better and I was like, hey, I'm cured. So I did a lot of stuff like lifting things and moving things, and now it hurts again. So I need to just remind myself that the first day it feels better doesn't mean I can just go all out on it, right? I've also really been doing a lot for my dad's estate, and it's been stressing me out, and I'm having nightmares again because we know this happens for me. So I'm going to go to therapy today. That's on the to-do list. I have an amazing therapist who emails me throughout the week. So that's what we're going to do. Hello, hi. It is later Tuesday night. I didn't get to check in yesterday, except for a really brief one to start the next vlog. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this vlog here. I was not able to finish Catharine House in time for the live show. I'm still only like halfway through. This is a book that I feel like you can't really rush through, or you're not really going to be able to appreciate it as much as it's worth being appreciated. So I'm taking my time with it, and then, you know, gonna mood read through the rest of June basically, which like feels so freaking good. So what did we read in this vlog? To recap, I read, I forget what I read. Oh no, I read Last to Die by Tess Gerritsen, and I gave that 3 stars. I read Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney, gave that 5 stars. And for the FOMO Diaries, we tried sushi and got nails done. I really enjoyed putting this video together, and I'm going to do it, like I said, every month. The first week of the month is going to be focused on all of my required reading for the month, so that I don't have FOMO about book clubs, buddy reads, etc. And then I will also try something new for every book that I finish. If you like this idea and you want to join me the first week of July, comment down below and let me know what some of the new things are that you might try alongside me in the first week of July. And if you do like a video or whatever, make sure to let me know as well. Please do credit me for the original idea, but you're welcome to make your own FOMO diaries and just make it a trend, because life is short. We need to do the things we want to do before we run out of time, right? So that'll do it for today's vlog. If you just want to let me know that you're here, go ahead and leave me any kind of plant emoji, because I'm still obsessed with my plant-themed nails. And until next time, make sure that you continue to read good books, drink good coffee, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.